Workhouse, a tradition of hands-on learning in Glacier National Park. National Park Service, Glacier National Park Conservancy.
What can the rocks tell us about Glacier National Park's formation?
Mountains and mountain building, the work of water.
Have your students visit stations where they can try to mimic the forces that created the landscape that we see in Glacier today.
Deposition. A man unfurls a black garbage bag and fills it with air.
Have students partially inflate a garbage bag. Lightly tie off the end so that no air can escape. Lay it flat on a table and slowly pour sand into the center of the bag. Note how the weight of the sediment causes the surrounding areas to rise. Facilitate a discussion on how this type of deposition on the shallow seafloor might affect surrounding areas.
Sedimentary layering and folding.
Take a stack of felt squares and begin to lay them in successive layers on a tabletop.
A man places colored felt squares on a tabletop.
Facilitate a student discussion of the sediments that make up material for mountain building.
A mountain towers high with sedimentary layers rippling up the sides.
Next, push the layers together as far as you can. This is a model of how mountains can be formed by folding.
A man pushes the felt squares together and they begin to buckle and fold on top of themselves.
Imagine the amount of force required to fold rocks in Glacier.
Fault blocking and overthrust slip.
Have students make a short stack of squares out of a light material such as foam or balsa.
A man stands over a tabletop with his hands on the two stacks of squares.
Next, push these squares together.
They jumble and overturn.
This is a model of fault blocking dynamics, when harder materials are compressed by plate tectonics.
Rifting. A man stands over a tabletop with stacked blocks.
Have students stack together blocks like they were building a wall using two longer blocks at the bottom. Pull the blocks apart slowly until the upper layers collapse into the gap.
He pulls the blocks apart and the top ones fall into the gap.
Facilitate a student discussion on the concept of rifting. Can they find examples in the park?
Through tree tops, a rift valley lays in the distance.
Glacier's rocks tell a unique story of the tremendous forces of geological uplift, mountain building, and overthrust events that provided the foundation of Glacier's natural beauty. The preservation of this park ensures that this story is kept secure for future generations.
Featured, Terry Welder. Special thanks, Glacier National Park Conservancy. This lesson plan is part of the Workhouse science curriculum for Glacier National Park.